Previously on Dances with Dice, when last we left our heroes. They arrived at the fortress, and after sneaking and snooping their way through, our heroes come face to face with the most powerful person they have met thus far, High Commander Aiden Solanas. With a price on their heads and a bounty round their neck, what dangers await our heroes this week on Dances with Dice?
So, we return to the office of Lord Commander Aiden Solanas. He looks at all of you as your disguises shed. Most importantly, he makes no mention of Nori, the small child standing next to you.
That's what I call her too.
The small child standing next to me.
Nori the small child, not Nori the dragon. This is Nori the small child.
And it's like, and he looks at you, and then like looks at you, and he, as you all sort of take your forms that you were used to, it's just like, Sergeant, as he looks at you, Doran, Theo, and I believe you are
Some
Felix.
And some guy.
Just some dude.
You're like, look, I got roped into this.
And so, then looks at you, Theo, and then like you watches his eyes drop to the child by your side. Did you adopt a child, Theo?
You could say that.
And Nori's just like, she's very much doing like the timid child thing, like just like the small wave, and he like, she's very much kind of hiding behind your leg a little bit, Theo.
He's a good girl.
And
I'm
you feel
so sorry. I didn't think my mic would pick up my burp.
it's fine. And you feel for a moment like Nori's mind touches your mind, Theo, and she's giggling. She's like, so he's got special glasses on that lets you see through disguises, but they're not special enough for me. He doesn't know. I'm just pretending to be scared of him because I'm supposed to be a kid. But like, I'm a
You're
dragon.
so smart.
I could eat him.
That's
Maybe not
so,
yet.
you're so
Maybe not
very
yet.
clever. What a
And I
clever
won't,
girl
I
you
won't do
are.
that. I won't do that. But like, I could.
You could. You absolutely. But you're not. But let's
No,
not for now.
she's like, I could ass him. It's like that is the incorrect use of that.
I could ask him.
I can totally,
instead of I could fuck him.
I can totally ass his kick.
Felix would be so proud if he
Oh
could
my
hear this
God.
conversation.
And Commander Solanas looks at you. It's like, so I have the official story to this, and he rolls out the wanted poster that has all three of you on it. I have a feeling that there's a little bit more to it. Given, well, I know you, Theo. Your disagreements with your mother are almost as strong as the ones I have, but you're not a traitor.
Is this the same voice?
I thought it was. It could be wrong.
You said like 2 lines in it, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
exactly. This is the voice. This is the voice now.
Sorry.
No
What
worries.
is our official crime? I don't even remember what our.
Yeah, oh no, we're
Probably
waiting.
treason
I'm
or
actually
something.
interested. Like Doran's like, oh, finally, I get to know what the fuck I did.
What are we accused of?
Yeah.
Looks at you, Felix. You are accused of the murder of a minor noble.
Minor
The-
noble.
Like a noble minor or minor noble?
Yes. No.
You are accused of the murder of the son of some noble family in Covenheim.
Haha, you murdered yourself.
Doran, dereliction of duty and betrayal of the crown. So, nice big banner sort of general fuckery. So they can nail you with whatever they conjured evidence for. And Theodosia, treason and conspiring with draconic elements.
Sorry, what was that?
Conspiracy and confiding and working with rogue draconic elements. They're accusing you of being a cult leader or a member or something.
Fucking rich.
Technically, they're accusing that of Doran as well, but they're doing it more in an army way so they can fuck him more.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Indeed it is. Which, given that,
Hopefully, I mean, you probably already know, but hopefully by the surprise of this news, you would know that we didn't do any of this.
you wouldn't
And we
have
didn't
gotten-
even know what we were accused of until just now.
He holds a
I've
hand up. It's
never
like,
even been to Covenheim.
he holds his hand up. It's like, you would not be in this meeting if there was any chance I believed that these charges were accurate. They may or may not be factual, but accuracy, as Theo might be well aware of, laws protect power, not necessarily justice. And so, when I see charges, these are... I have seen your record, Thorin. You are not a hardened criminal. I know Theodosia. She is hard-headed and occasionally reckless, but she's not a traitor. And you... He puts it... You watch as he's sort of like fiddling the glasses, like sort of rolling the glasses in between like his thumb and middle finger. Well, I can obviously see you did not kill anyone.
You simply stole his identity. And that's not a crime yet. But now it is.
The implications... Hold on. I'm trying to decide if this is in character or not. The fact that they are accusing me of that crime specifically means that someone on your mother's side of things knows a lot of things that they shouldn't.
My mother has her thumbs in a lot of pies. Or whatever the word is.
No, that is a fairly accurate statement, given that when you stick random fingers in pies, and especially if they are unwashed, the pies generally become diseased.
Damn.
Well, sir, I suppose the prudent question to ask is, what do you know of what's going on so we can fill in
I suppose
what we
we can
know?
start there. Where were you when the dragon attacks first took place?
What town was it? Were we in?
Doran, I knew you were in Covenheim, but you guys were in Marishane.
Yes, that's right.
So,
We were in Marishane.
So you possibly witnessed the Boros taking his true form and the battle between the dragons in the sky. Okay.
Yes.
And Doran, you witnessed the attack on Covenheim.
Briefly.
And then, about how briefly? To the extent of what did you see? Did you see dragons in the sky at least? Did you catch any colors or anything of that nature?
I do remember. I do remember the drag. I'll roll a. What would that be? Just history.
Yeah, just history. If you remember it like yourself, you don't have to roll for it.
Well, no, I remember there being dragons. I'm rolling to see if I remember colors because
Okay.
I don't remember you telling me that.
All right, so yeah, we'll go ahead.
12.
12. You think one was black, but you're not entirely sure. It could have just been silhouetted against a cloud or the sun or something.
All right. Relay that.
It's like reports of a black dragon have indeed been spotted, so that does make sense. What occurred was a series of surprise strikes, almost. Sleeper agents who had been placed within different cities and towns and military organizations rose up. Some were cult members themselves, some were dragons, some were people disguised as dragons, as you yourselves ran into. It was an attack that was well planned but not well executed, as though possibly that it was set off too early. Something might have forced their hand. I have looked at military operations for many centuries, and it follows the same structure that every dragon and cult attack has taken. Infiltrate, bide your time, strike when perfect. And the first 2 steps were done. But the reports from Mayor Shane report 2 dragons emerging almost from underground, which does not strike me as a well thought out attack. None of the attacks were simultaneous. Everything was piecemeal, and due to that nature, it was able to be fought back. There was death and destruction, certainly, as you can see throughout the fortress itself, but it was not a strong enough attack, but most importantly, not a strong enough attack or successful enough one to warrant what is happening in the capital. Within 2 hours of the attack beginning, so not even enough time to know if everyone had been attacked, we received orders from the Emperor themselves that the uniform change must occur. We're in the middle of fighting, and this is the only order we receive, not help is coming, not something has occurred, not what do you need, what do you know. It is simply the uniform change must occur. We are now one army. We fight off the attacks. No more messages or missives come except for 1, a letter from your mother, Theodosia, and this wanted poster, which we put up all around the city, surrounding areas. I ask her, for what purpose does she seek the arrest of her own daughter? Does not it seem prudent to discover why we were attacked and what is going on? And all she says is, my daughter is the cause of all of this. And it made me think, especially Theodosia, back to you. And the reason you left our fine fortress when you did. And so that leads me to believe, all other things being equal, and he looks, his eyes move to you. His eyes lock with yours, Theo. They slide down to Nori, still kind of hiding behind you. They slide back to you, Theo.
She kind of like wraps an arm around Nori, like kind of.
Theodosia,
Mm-hmm.
did you perhaps make it to an island across the sea?
She takes a breath and again, kind of petting, like rubbing a thumb on Nori's shoulder. Perhaps.
I will not ask any more questions that I do not want answers to, especially should my mind be probed at any point. When making your way to an island across the sea, did 3 of you perhaps stumble upon or were given an item of some kind?
I'm going to just draw those conclusions, and I'm going to pull out the sword.
Okay, as you pull the hilt out and you set it on the table, it's like, oh, excellent. And he takes the
I'm
sword.
so glad you knew what he was talking about, because I was so lost. I was like, we've been
Baby,
given so many things.
Same.
boy.
I was like,
There's
oh
a
no,
My boy's smart.
Yeah.
that's a smart boy. Thank you, boy.
You watch as the tension almost leaves Commander Solanus' shoulders for a moment. It's like, oh, thank goodness. He takes it. He's sort of he stands up stiff and very very regal and full military regalia. It's like, as Lord Commander of the armies of Mercia and legions of the South, I accept the call presented by the Worm Speakers and Dragon Riders, and humbly swear myself to their cause as the old ways demand. He sits back down and like throws the hilt on the desk and like just starts rubbing his eyes. Well, legally, you are now in command.
What?
I'm going to assume it was you, Theo, just simply because, well, among the two here, neither of them look particularly speakery. No offense to either of you. But was you not told what happens when you present this sword? Or any of the other pieces?
No, in fact, I was not. I was not actually at all informed. What happens?
Well, you remember about 100 years or so ago, right after the deaths of the twins, where everyone came together with the first emperor and made an agreement and a defensive pact to bind us all together should the danger of dragons ever rise again.
The link in the chain that binds us all together.
So the thing is that, you know, when you make an oath over magic and artifacts and with dragons involved, that, you know, oath is somewhat binding and kind of tied into, you know, the life force of the fucking world.
Maybe
So,
like that.
by presenting this hilt, I, as the technical Lord Commander of all armies of Mercia, am honor bound by both oath and by, well, and you watch as he like kind of pulls down like the collar of his armor, and you can see a brand almost of like an infinity sign that is glowing like it was filled with aftermaria. It's like,
He's autistic.
He's autistic.
he's like he pulls that down, and it's like, well, and then of course there's this little lovely thing compelling me as well. That sword, it compels all stand in a position of those who took the oath are compelled to follow the oath. So, as it stands, Taelinen Fortress is at your disposal, Commander.
Wait.
Ah, that's so awesome. I love that for you.
No, I didn't present any sword. Doran did.
There's one worm speaker in the room, and it's not Doran.
This is technically true.
You don't know that I'm a worm speaker.
He does
Deal.
now. She's a worm speaker.
What the fuck? I hate you.
Theo, look at me.
Want to be in charge.
You don't have to. I mean, you're in charge in the sense that you can delegate being in charge. Do you just want to delegate being in charge?
No, I don't want to delegate being in charge. I'm a grown-ass woman. Fuck.
Well, now that legally, I am required to report to all of you who are now my superiors, all going-ons and knowledge of what has been happening. I'm sorry, Theo. Something's happened with your mother. She's declared martial law. The Emperor has not been seen in almost 2 months now since the attack, and most importantly, she's using the army. It's like she wants to conquer. It's like she's found something that will, you know her, she's always had a gaping hole inside of her since she returned from her expedition.
Well, I didn't know that. I was born when she returned.
Wait, so you don't think she's actually involved with the attacks? She's just using the attacks to seize her own power?
I don't know. It could be both. It could be just the one. I don't know. She is not. She's opportunistic. And not opportunistic in the sense that you would want someone to take opportunities in a war. She's seizing power, consolidating her inner circle. She claims she has a treasure, she claims. One that will change the tide of the war, one she has been holding on to for many years.
Yes, we know what that is.
What is it?
Privileged information.
All right. But
I'm protecting you.
I
If
understand.
you know what she has,
No,
it puts you in danger.
I understand. It's just,
Just
We've
know
lost-
it is dangerous what she has. If she's able to use them.
one.
What she has, if she's able to use it, yes, she's right. It could turn the tide.
All right. That is the gist of it then. She has mostly left us alone, which I do not. We have the large bulk of the army, obviously, but many of us are wounded. The attacks down south are much more intense than up north, and they're only working at about half strength here. If she were to attack, I do not know if we could hold her. But we are in a strange stalemate of sorts. I feel as though because no one wants to be the first person who is accused of sparking a civil war in the middle of dragon attacks. But we're here now, so I suppose it will be whatever your plans are. I can best I suppose this, why are you here specifically?
I killed someone.
Okay. Would you enlighten me as to who?
Fucking what's its name?
Professor Myers.
Professor bitch ass.
Yeah.
Y'all can take the lead on this one. I'm just here for the ride.
You don't know who that is.
He's got no emotional stake in this.
We seek the head of Professor Myers.
The overzealous chemist?
Yes.
Yeah, we hate chemists.
If I am in charge, then Professor Myers is wanted for the murder of Fidian Felbrook.
He sort of like stands there, like, very well. He has not been seen since. Oh my! Was that you jumping off the roof of the university like a month and a half ago?
Yes.
No.
What? Oh, now you're saying no. Make up your mind. Which one do you want? Do you want to tell him things or not tell him things? Fuck.
He's like, he's kind of sort of like, okay. But unfortunately, he has not been seen for since the incident.
We know where that slimy rat is hiding.
Very well. I guess tell me where I should make sure guards are not.
What was it again? Where is he hiding?
In the tower.
He's at the university. Like basically, like he's built a secret mage tower on top of the fountain where you guys jumped into because he's an egotist like that. They'll never find me here.
They'll never find me exactly where they jumped.
No.
Fucking
They'll never know. They'll never come back. They already checked here and I left.
Aha!
Aha! I got them.
This plan is foolproof.
We believe he has a secret mage tower located at the university where you saw us leap from the roof.
Very well. We will reduce guard presence in the area.
Reduce?
So we don't get caught doing a murder.
Oh. Wait a minute, I thought I was in charge. I can do whatever I want.
I am aware that you are here and in charge.
Look, to answer the actual question, we came here to do that, then realized we needed to see you because of the uniforms, and we knew that we either had an ally or we had somebody, a potential ally, against our mother.
I appreciate the trust.
Mummy.
We needed to see you because I'm pregnant and you're the father.
What?
And I'm the
And I'm the baby.
So,
With that, she's like, understood. I appreciate you coming to me, but the issue at large is that, yes, you are in command, but for you to truly be in command, you must declare yourself openly, which is going to be...
spark the civil war, right?
Could, but then you run into the issue of, hey, out of nowhere, in the middle of these dragon attacks, I found a dragon rider. We promise she's on our side.
Good point. Not a good look for us.
How about you just, as he said, delegate back to him? We have things we need to do. We obviously, being in charge is the thing. We can look at a big picture, make big picture decisions. I prefer to trust the man who has been doing his job for the last how many thousands?
He's just
Hundreds.
he's just turned 106. He has been in the army since he was 20, so 86 years.
I would trust the man who has been doing his job for 86 years to know how, especially seeing as you seem to be a little bit green in the leadership role. No offense.
Theo will remember this.
Idon looks at you, Theo. It's like, Theo, you're going to have a lot more responsibilities than a single city.
I know.
If you need something done, of course, send word. We will assist. Duty binds us, and desire will drive us to your aid. But you are a dragon rider. You have larger responsibilities.
Theo's fighting her control freak
Okay.
nature.
Oh.
Wait, you mean I have a control? Must maintain.
No, it's sure.
He sits down and writes out a couple of orders, rings a bell on his desk, and Lucas comes running back in. Like, does like a little bit of double take at all of you, but he was wearing the exact same glasses that Idon was, so you can put two and two together on that one. And he takes the slips of papers, nods, and heads on out. It's like, orders have been dispersed. You will have reduced guard patrols at the university for the next 2 days. You would like to use some time to possibly scout about and see what may or may not be happening? You are welcome to do so, or if you know where he is, go kill the bastards.
Okay. Let's go
Yeah,
do a murder.
We can meet again after and discuss anything else we may have.
It's not a
Found.
murder. Let's go do a justice.
Yes, it is technically not murder. It
I
is
need to do
justice.
I just adjust.
We're Gatham.
Finian, is that you?
Is there anything else, any other things you have for Commander Solanus before you guys depart?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Doran, Felix?
Doran just, I mean, like, look, you were a bit vague on the accusations against me. Would you happen to know any of the specifics?
Unfortunately, Doran, as you're probably aware, and you would be aware of this, Doran, like, you know what a bullshit court-martial looks like. They have a couple of charges that are just, like, blanket, like,
So what they're telling the public is definitely way different than what
yes.
the general is probably telling, you know.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Mara.
the charges you received fall under the category of, we're just trying to stick this dude. Like, it's a known thing. Like when you would have heard the charges, Doran, you would have understood immediately. It's like, oh, they're just trying to fuck me.
Well, yeah, well, it's more of just like he's like confused because he's like, well, this guy who doesn't even fucking know me looked up my service record and was just like, oh, that's not something he do. But the person who's known me my entire life all of a sudden is like thinking I'm like have turned, and I'm like, well, what the fuck are they telling her? But this is what they're telling the public. So is she getting more information, and like what the hell is she being told? You know,
he's gonna look at you. It's like, if you have met with any previous companions or fellow guardsmen that you might have met, I would assume they're being told the worst about you. The charges that were levied against you, they're vague by nature, simply so they can charge you with whatever crimes they have decided to gin up for you. My best guess is they're going to try to nail you with conspiracy and aiding and abetting treason, since you are with Theodosia here. But again, I have looked at your records. You have a record not dissimilar to mine. You're not the kind of person who's going to commit treason if you're going to do anything. I know soldiers like you.
What are they telling us? Yeah, you kind of that's just like under his own like breath, because he's like, what the fuck did they say? Like how the like
he's
so,
gonna he's
it's
gonna
fine.
walk
I was
around.
like, and that's I'm not telling him all that. I was more of just like trying to figure out like what's he's trying to do research. He's trying to figure out like what is he actually being accused of, so he can actually potentially not fight it in court type of thing, but if he can find proof or he can show something, or he can like at least he has some way to, if he sees her again, to talk to fight it in some way, be like, look, no, like this is. But if he doesn't know what
fact.
Yeah, he doesn't know if he doesn't know what she's being told he's done. How does he prove to her that he's not? You know.
But no, yeah, he sort of looks at you, Doran. It's like, while you are doing your works, I will do my best to dig a little, see if I can find something that will help shed light for you, Doran. See if something official has finally been posted, so they can actively begin stripping you of rank, title, and benefits.
Benefits.
They're gonna take your pension, Doran.
They're gonna take my no.
You won't get
my
no more GI Bill for you,
my
Doran.
VA benefits. No.
You're gonna have to pay out of pocket for your meds.
No.
It's like
that was in the list.
of all the things, like Doran's like, my title, my name, my benefits.
My benefits, no, anything but my benefits.
Not the dental.
Well, if anything, Doran hears that and he's just like, it all seems pointless with what's going on, because it's like, well, if we win this, I'm gonna get all that back or more. And then if we don't, then I'm dead. And if we don't, then I'm dead. So all of that, like the being stripped of things right now is almost laughable in his head, because he's just like, this is so irrelevant and dumb to him. But he knows that like they're doing it to make him feel bad, but they're doing it, so the people see that someone's being blamed and someone's being like dismantled. But it's just funny because he hears that, he's just like, what? Like, sure, like, great, okay.
I feel like there's a moment where you're just like, wait, I could have still been trying to get benefits right now?
Yeah.
Look, man, why do you say so?
I've had a toothache for a fucking month. No, I'm imagining like
trying to get this shit checked out.
In Doran's mind, it's like, okay, there's option A, we win. There's option B, we lose, and it's like, no, the secret third option, option C, you win and then have to sue.
The secret third option.
The secret post-campaign 2 one-shot. Doran gets a lawyer.
How little they all that rank and pop and sands matters to him.
No, he is says first. I will do my best to dig a little deeper into all of these things. Hopefully, be able to shed a bit more light whenever it is you return.
Dig a little deeper.
Much appreciated. And he kind of, just because it's natural, pops up. Sir, salutes.
He will salute you back. I'm sorry, Felix. You had something. You're saying something.
It's weird now because like I am in charge of him.
In charge of you. Got him.
The minor noble that I supposedly killed.
Yes.
Are you mad at me?
Why were you mad at me, Island?
Why
Um,
are you-
God damn it, you made me completely
I'm,
lose my
s-
train of
I'm
thought.
sorry.
Are they telling the public that he's dead?
As far as I am aware, he was pronounced dead several years ago after extensive searching.
Oh,
He's very dead.
okay. Cool.
You crying, bro?
No. No, he's not.
You're
Um,
crying. Shut up.
He's not looking
He-
great though.
Commander Solanos kind of puts a hand on your shoulder. It's like, I am sorry. We will. He sort of like taps near the side of his head where his eye is. It's like, there are ways to reveal the truth. What good it will do, would not tell you, but there are ways.
Right. Let's go kill a teacher.
Sounds
All
good
right.
to me.
You guys make your way out of the army headquarters. You are in the middle, you're sort of in the middle district, so you're on the same level as the university. It's probably about an hour's walk or so to get where you need to go. So you guys begin walking. About like 10 or so minutes in, Nori sort of pops up and it's like, why was everyone... It was really sad in there. What? Is everything okay? Felix? Is your ass okay?
Your ass okay, Felix?
This is great.
Okay. Doran, is your ass okay?
My ass.
Sad.
Yeah, no, my ass is good.
Doran's still riding the hive. Is like, wait a minute. First W in like a month. Right.
Yeah. Though I feel like I need a little context on what's happening here. Why are we doing this again?
This guy killed our friend.
Killed a very good friend of ours.
In cold blood. Like a fucking psychopath.
All because he wanted a technology that our friend had.
And
Created.
our friend trusted him.
Sounds good to me.
You would have liked him.
Theo, is your ass okay?
Yeah.
It will be. It will
Okay,
be.
good. And then you feel, as you guys are still walking, Theo, you feel Nori touch your mind. It's like, we're gonna get in a fight, right?
Yes, yes we are.
Okay. Should I stay, and like you hear the sound she makes of like when like you hold like two fingers like really wide apart and then like string them down like, weep. Should I say weep or should I be big?
That is a really good question because I don't know the size of the room we're going to be in.
I don't want to risk somebody else seeing. Ooh. So I think we should stay.
Okay. But like
I don't know if that's gonna translate audio only.
What?
Also, what do we know? What do we know about this Myers? What are his?
We know that he has our friend's technology of a gun.
Hand cannon.
Doran, you know what a hand cannon is. You've seen like old specs and things like that,
Yeah.
but you know them to be impossible. The only cannons that exist are the ones on the walls. You can't.
The big
shrink
ones,
a-
not the. You
can't
can't.
shrink. You can't shrink a cannon down.
You can't hold one of those.
It's so big.
It's like, I think for half a second you're like, how big was your friend?
He was a big boy. That's a big guy you had.
Oh, right. So, terrifying. What
Yes.
else is he? I need to know do we know anything of what his capabilities are so I know how to fight him?
Next to fucking nothing.
I think
Wonderful.
I think he's a magic man.
Yes, that is something for certain. He's magic. I don't know if he's. I'm assuming he's a wizard. I'm assuming, but he could be a warlock or a sorcerer, or maybe an artificer, because.
Let's just go through the checklist. He could be a bard.
Fair enough.
He got the magic fingers.
Yes. I'm gonna
That's
put
what they say
my money
about
on.
me, too.
Ha 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 ha.
Not
just-
then not knowing, I would suggest either caution or surprise. We can't go full in until we know what he is capable of doing, or else that will get us killed.
I concur. Most likely, yes.
Just don't show him your hand until he shows us his.
Show you my hand if you show me yours.
like Nori kind of like raises her. Am I in? So like Nori like kind of like interlinks her fingers in yours, Theo. It's like, look, I'm in your hand.
Oh my god.
We're so fucked.
So fuck.
Doran's actually looking at that, being like, rudimentarily, she gets the idea. She's concealing your hand.
Yes. He doesn't know we have a dragon.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's
Butterfly.
something.
And she goes running off like about 10 feet down the street chasing a monarch butterfly. It's like,
'Cause they know a lot about us, or at least the two of you. He doesn't know what I'm capable of, and he doesn't know that you have something new. Those are
True.
things that we should keep in mind and utilize.
He may not know that we found someone to help us.
If anything, if we do have to meet him face to face, I should stay hidden, if possible, because he won't know that I'm here.
Nori comes running back with like the butterfly in her hands. It's like, oh, Theo, because like I saw like in your brain, like what you guys did here last time. He won't know that you've got the guards on your side, so he'll like call people, and they won't show up. That's super cool.
That's also very true. That's very true, Nori. So I hadn't considered. I do a yawn.
You've had a long day, Theo. Lots of stuff happened. I'm also a little sleepy, but I'm also 3.
Seems like we have a plan.
All right.
And you guys finish your walk, continue heading towards the university district. God, I lost that word there for a second. Jesus. You head to the university district. You find yourself in familiar territory. Felix and Theo, there's like a little twinge in your gut as you sort of stare at this place momentarily. Take a deep breath, and you guys start making your way towards the fountain.
I'm gonna throw up
tower.
my
You're gonna throw up?
disguise.
Okay.
Not where I thought you were going.
Yeah. Well, no, just because like if he sees them and he sees a stranger, he may not assume it's me unless he decides to look through something magical. But if all of us are disguised, then this is just what his thought process is like. Or if he can, I may not be recognized Or like if he
You-
sees the two of them, he's not gonna think to look at me in a different way, you know?
You resume your form of an Aarakocra, and you guys begin walking. You arrive at the fountain. I would like Arcana checks, please, because you guys know what you're looking for. So Arcana checks, please.
Arcana.
19.
19.
I not know magic. 8.
8.
Okay. What'd you say? Arcana? Yeah.
Arcana, please.
Arcana.
Arcana. I love Arcana.
10.
10. Okay. Doran and Theo, you guys very much like you like walk around and you notice like, wait a minute, all of the fountainheads turn one direction or the other. This clearly has to be a secret code to be able to do it. So you guys start walking around like twisting fountainheads and anything, and then eventually like Nori like gets in on the fun. It's like, oh, okay, we gotta twist him, and she eventually twists one of the fountainheads off to the point where like there's a massive jet of water goes shooting up, and like you guys quickly come in, like screw it back on. I was like, okay, that wasn't what it was. While all this is happening, Felix, your leg is like, okay, if I were a massive dickwad magic professor,
I were PP.
and I had an ego the size of the sun, hiding in plain sight, what would I do? As you're looking and you watch as like one of the streams of water from the fountain, you watch as like as it arcs over and reaches like just towards the center statue at like the very tip top of the fountain. You notice that the arc of water disappears for like just a briefest second, and then it does like that weird refracting thing, like where you stick a stick in like a body of water and it like does like the break, the water refraction break of a solid object, and then about a half second later it turns back into a normal little like spritz of water with full like normal physics, and it's like, got it, there's the switch. And you kind of climb up the fountain. You look at there's a brooch around the neck of the statue. You click it, and you watch as the kind of like folding out from the brooch, kind of like in like geometric like growing patterns from the brooch, a door opens in this statue, and you guys have gained entrance to the Wizard's Tower.
Ooh, that was... Gets out the staples button. That was easy.
And then you all walk through the front door. You guys find yourself at the top floor of a wizard's tower. You are in more of an observatory or laboratory of some kind. There's a giant astrolabe at its center, several bookshelves along the wall, along with some alchemical shelves and office supplies strewn about. There's a staircase leading downwards, and you all sort of land in this tower. You're at the very top of the tower, having entered from where you entered. You find yourself at the very top of the tower, and you're kind of like looking around. You don't hear anything. The tower itself is very still. You can like smell dust in the air, like it hasn't been touched in a little bit. And you are in. That is where we'll end our episode for today. Thank you all so much for joining us for another episode of Dances with Dice. Please follow us on all of our social media channels at Dances with Dice. And when you use the hashtag DWDcast or DWDart, we'll use you as named NPCs in the show. Thank you all so much, and thank you for joining us every single Tuesday for new episodes of Dances with Dice.